What's good, JT Squad? It's your boy JTK, aka Josh Too Cool, and welcome back to another video. Now today, man, you see where I am. You see what I'm in front of, man. We got good old boxing bag, man, a good old heavy bag. So somebody DM'd me, replied to my story, said, man, make a boxing tutorial for beginners. And I'm like, hey, I already did that months ago, but I was months ago. Obviously, I have a lot more experience than I did months ago, so I can teach you a little bit better. For those of you that don't know, I am a boxing coach right now. I am coaching a few people currently, so yeah, I've learned some things along the way since then, and I'm gonna be going through it with you guys. Pretty much the same thing as the first video, but a little more advanced and a little more, better technique, right? So first off, everybody knows the jab, right? Everybody knows what the jab is, right? There's different ways you can do the jab. There's the body jab, right? But what I mean is there's a jab to, get separation, create that distance, and there's a jab when you actually want to land. You can't see my footwork right now, right? But you're stepping into it, right? So you're really stepping into that jab. So other than this, where you're just trying to get separation, right? It's not always landing, right? And then, right? So that's how you use the jab, right? Make sure you're obviously not punching like this, right? Your fist is not like this. It's like it's rotating, right? So you're rotating your fist, all right? Pop, right? So. Right, and now the cross, right, or the two. The jab is referred as the one, the cross is referred as the two, or a straight right. All right, so the straight right is pretty much, you're throwing your hips into it as well. A lot of boxing has you're throwing your hips into it, right? You're just thrusting it in, right? Right, and I'll show you this with the hook that we're gonna do after, right? But when you thrust your hips into it, you get more power rather than when you just do a regular right hand, right? Now look, I throw my hips into it, boom, right? A lot different. So that's how you do it. So what you want to do, you can't see my footwork, I apologize, but you want to pivot that back foot and then turn your hips into it, right? So you're pivoting, right? Pivot, bang, right? That's what you want to do. Right? Boom. And so now you add the jab cross together. Right? That's what you want to do. Now, I was talking to you guys about the hook. We're going to go through the left hook, referred to as the 3. Right? So, it goes in order. So, jab is the 1, cross at 2, left hook 3, right hook 4. Right? So we're going to go for the 3, the left hook. So left hook, same concept, you're throwing your hips into it, right? You're always protecting your face. Remember, whenever you're throwing one punch hit, one hand's always protecting the face, right? Somebody actually had the nerve to ask me, what if you throw 2 punches at the same time? And I'm like, why are you here, right? So, anyway, man, so you're up here, you're protecting your face, right? And then you're coming here, right? It's kind of like a pull, right? You're kind of just, you're thrusting your hips right into it, right? And sometimes I pivot, sometimes I don't, right? It's not necessary, it's not, mandatory for you to pivot. Sometimes I do it though, right? Right, you'll feel that foot just come up as you thrust your hips. It'll happen naturally, most likely, right? When you throw your hips into it, boom, you'll just feel it, right? Because right, it feels weird when you, right? So, boom. You can't see my footwork, but you can tell when I pivot, right? Boom. Not pivoting there, right? Boom. Right? Pivot there, right? Right hook is the same concept, right? You're here, right? And then, boom. You're thrusting your hips into it. Now, the thing with the right hook, right? A lot of people will say, oh, so are you pivoting your left foot designed for the right hook? You're not. You're pivoting your back foot still, right? This lead leg really never pivots. Really never pivots. It's all on that back leg, right? You're relying on that back leg power, right? So you're here, right? Almost off my balance there. Make sure you guys get your balance right. But yeah, so boom, you're thrusting your hips into it, right? So you guys can drill that. Now, before we get into some more stuff here, I'm going to show you guys the stance in which I should have showed you guys before. So, if you are right-handed, you will stand left foot forward, right? So you'll stand here, your left foot forward, your right foot is back, right? And then you have your hands up. You lead with your, you could go like this, but your jab hand will be your left if you're orthodox. Orthodox is with your left foot forward, right? You're here, boom, boom, that's your jab, pop, pop, right? And your cross, pop, 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 right? Now, if you're left-handed, if your power hand's your left hand, you'll stand right foot forward, which is called southpaw, right? So you're here, right? Same concept, right? This is your jab hand, though. Pop, 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 right? And then this is your cross, pop, pop, right? It's good to practice both. Because if you're getting in a ring, or even if you get into a street fight, right? Boxing helps with both. Obviously, you're getting in the ring, and helps you in the real world as well. So you want to practice both stances, right? Orthodox and southpaw, right? Because in a fight, you're gonna find yourself switching, and you'll be like, "Oh, wait, this is not me." And by the time you switch back, boom, you get hit, right? So make sure you're comfortable in both stances. Right, that's something I make sure my fighters are comfortable with. One guy, was already comfortable with that. He was already switching stances. You don't want to switch stances too much, but if you have to, like if you're pivoting, right, it's kind of awkward, right? You kind of want to pivot like that, right, and then come back, right? So if you're pivoting this way, you could go into a southpaw position, right? So you're probably going to go into a southpaw position in a fight, right? But now, let's go back to the bag. We're going to go through some uppercuts here. So, it's kind of hard to do an actual uppercut on the heavy bag. And what most people do is what's called a shovel hook, right? So what people do when they think of an uppercut and they go like, boom, that's an uppercut. That's a shovel hook. An uppercut, you're actually coming up with it, right? Sometimes I just shadow the uppercut on the bag, right? So I'm here, I don't even hit the bag. Right, I don't, and so the shovel hook is what most people do. You're right here. Right. It's a pretty good punch, to be honest. I taught some of my fighters this, and they prefer that rather than the uppercut. Just because it's such a deadly move, deadly punch if you land it, because you really want to. It's like your hand's a shovel. So you guys see how my hand is? It's like this. You pull, bang, right? I suggest putting the gloves on for this. I didn't put my gloves on. But yeah, if you guys have a bag at home, or even if you're shadow boxing, right? You don't need a heavy bag, right? You don't need any of this stuff. You don't need gloves. You don't need pads. You don't need any of this stuff. Some space, and you're fine, right? Shadow box this stuff, right? And it's good for shadow boxing because you can actually practice the uppercut, right? Pop, ha. Right? We'll get to the shovel hooks after. I want to actually show you guys the uppercut. So, the right uppercut. If you stand at left foot forward, you're pivoting that back foot, right? You want to eyes forward. Every punch you throw, every block, everything. We're going to get into blocks maybe in another video. Maybe this one, I'll see. So, the back foot. Your back foot is pivoting, right? With the right uppercut, pop. Boom. Right? Now, if you're still in this position, right, and you don't want to take that time to switch to go to the left uppercut, and which I tell people not to do, right, is you're here, right, right, you see Mike Tyson does this a lot, right, he's really good at that, just getting that rotation. You see my hips, they're rotating, right, my fist is going up, pop, bang, and the right uppercut, you pivot that back foot. Make sure you're pivoting, because you're like this, it just looks weird, right? Now, when you throw it, right? And I can't really do a proper uppercut on the heavy bag like I said, but yeah. So blocks, right? I don't have anybody here to throw a punch at me, right? Maybe I'll record a video when I go train the guys later. But so the blocks, it's pretty, and you know, defense, right? Defense, really, everyone knows what a slip, what a weave is, right? They don't know how to do it. So because I always tell my guys, do a slip for me, right? Or a weave, right? And they'll always go, right? I'm like, okay, we gotta work on that. You wanna make sure your hands are up, right? Your eyes are forward, right? And if you're slipping left, you're going this way, right? Notice how I'm still looking at you guys, right? You're looking forward, right? And if you slip right, boom, what am I doing? I'm looking forward, right? You wanna, boom, keep those hands up, boom. Just, you could do this drill, right? Ooh, 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 hey, right? It's a little fun drill to do, right? I might make them do this later today, actually, right? So, yeah, you're just slipping, ooh, ooh, like that, right? So that is what you're doing. Next is the block. The block, remember, eyes forward, right? They throw a right hook here, pop. You're blocking like this, right? Notice you're protecting this, all your face, right? They can't punch here, here, here. They can't punch your head, right? Same thing here, boom. What am I doing? I'm still keeping my hands up too, pop. So even if they throw, right? Because if your hands are down and you're blocking like this, you're gone, right? You still want to keep that hand up. They throw, pop, pop, pop. You want to keep your hands up so you can react fast, pop, 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 pop. Right? You can do that drill too. It might look a little dumb, but hey, the dumb exercise get the most results. This is what I've seen. Right? So, pop, 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 pop. Ooh, pop. Right? And you see how I'm making those noises, right? A lot of people are like, oh my goodness, why is he making all that noise? It's them breathing. That's how they breathe, right? That's how fighters breathe. So you hear it go, right? You hear a lot of fighters go like that, or you'll even hear loud ones like, yeah, right? I've heard terrible ones, but I know they're breathing, so that's what I need to do right now. Yeah, man, those are the basics of boxing. I can get into some more advanced stuff if you guys would like. But yeah, that's really all I'm going to go through today. I don't want to overwhelm you guys too much. If you guys want me to make this a series, then let me know. This is already the second boxing beginners video that I've done. But it's a little more advanced, a little more stuff in it. You know, a lot better technique than I had in the first one, right? So, yeah, that's going to wrap this video up, man. I hope you all enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the notification bell so you're up to date with all the videos. Most importantly, stay cool. I'm gone, y'all. Yeet.